If your business isn't showing up at the top of Google, there's a good chance that one of these three things is killing your rankings. After auditing hundreds of local service businesses, these same mistakes show up over and over. And I've seen these three mistakes cost businesses tens of thousands in lost calls every single month. Calls that went to their competitors who did fix these issues. But the good news is, you can fix these issues in about 10 minutes. Let's get right into it. Mistake number one is missing a physical location on your Google business profile. I'm honestly willing to bet 99% of local service businesses make this same mistake. The thing is, it's not even your fault. You see, there's two types of Google business profiles. There's a service area profile, and then there are physical location profiles. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Our customers don't actually come to our office. We go to them. So we should have a service area profile, right? The thing is, one of the three most important ranking factors on Google is proximity. With a service area profile, you are instantly at a disadvantage against your competition when appearing in local search results, all because your competitors actually have a physical location on their profile. So let me show you an example, break it down for you, and show you if you actually need a physical location to rank in your local market. So what I like to do is search for your target service in your target location. So let's say that I'm an HVAC company in Austin. What I'm going to do is HVAC, Austin, Texas. Cool. So if we just show on the map pack, all three of these companies have a physical location instantly. Obviously, these are incredibly competitive markets, but let's look on maps. You can obviously use a map scan tool if you wanted to, but we're just going to search this area. Let's look up like AC repair, Austin, Texas. Instantly. Physical location, physical location, physical location, physical location, physical location. And the point is, it goes on and on and on. So if we searched for this and there were companies in the top 5 results with a service area profile, then you're probably good to go. It's probably just a matter of having good SEO, good reviews coming in, good trust signals, all that sort of stuff, which we do cover in my previous video. Let me show you one more example. Let's say that we are a water damage restoration company in, I don't know, Miami Beach. So if we look at the local area and see what is actually showing up on Google, instantly, physical location, physical location, physical location, physical location. The point is, all of the top ranking companies in any sort of competitive market, in any sort of competitive service, will have a physical location. Now, if we just find a more obscure kind of smaller town, maybe Jackson, Tennessee, let's look up like a landscaper. Out of these, you can see the third ranking company is actually a service area profile. And you can see because they have this service area, they don't have their physical location on the profile. What that tells me is, okay, if you're in Jackson, Tennessee, and you want to start a lawn care company or a landscaping company, or you already have one, you probably don't need a physical location to be able to rank well. It's just going to be a matter of reviews. And you can see they're getting outranked by two companies with essentially 1/3 of their reviews only because they have physical locations. Obviously, there's probably other factors, but that's kind of the gist of it. So before you go out and just add a physical location to your profile, beware, it will get suspended. There is a lot of prep work you need to do, and I'll be releasing an updated video on exactly how to do this within the next month. Keep your eyes peeled for that video. The second biggest mistake I see all the time is slow and unmanaged Google reviews. So reviews are probably the most important trust signal that Google's algorithm looks for when it determines what businesses to show at the top. The reality is, if you have 5 reviews and your competitors have 500, you're going to have a lot of trouble ranking, even if your SEO is way better than them. More importantly, however, if you're getting less reviews consistently month after month, so you have a slower review frequency than your competitors, you are also going to have a lot of trouble ranking at the top. Another huge aspect of reviews that people neglect is how quickly you respond to reviews. The quicker you respond, the more Google trusts your business as an active, reputable company, and therefore it's crucial that you respond to reviews as quick as possible. So let's take a look at Tampa, Florida, for example, and look for an HVAC company. If we look at Air Masters of Tampa Bay and we look at their reviews and then the newest reviews, instantly they have one 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, a day ago. And if we just tally up the ones in the past like month, give or take, we're looking at easily 20 to 30 reviews right here. But what they're not doing correctly is they're not responding to all the reviews, which is a huge missed opportunity. Let me explain why. So the first reason is because Google sees your profile and says they're not that active, they're not responding to reviews, reviews that quickly. Therefore, they're not that active of a business. They don't deserve to be shown to our results because we want the most active, kind of reputable companies. I highly recommend, instead of just responding, "Thanks for the 5-star review, AJ. We're thrilled that you had a great experience with us." You want to say, "We really appreciate the stars, AJ. Thank you so much for the nice review. Happy to hear that we were able to install your new air conditioning unit for you," or "Happy to hear that we were able to fix your HVAC system for you in Tampa, Florida, or in Clearwater, or, in Oldsmar, or wherever you might be located in Tampa." The goal there is to use your target service that you did for them and the location that you did. And what that does is, over time, you get these rich keywords showing up at the top of your profile, which help you rank in search results for all these sort of keywords. The next thing I wanted to show you is just an example of a business that gets a bunch of reviews. So these guys, even though they're not responding to reviews super quickly, they are getting a bunch of reviews, 20 to 40 per month, I'd estimate. Now, if we just scroll down until we find a company that is not ranking very well because they're buried on Google, I will show you exactly why they are not even comparable. So if we look at these guys, A&V Cool Air and Refrigeration, frankly, they just don't have enough reviews to compete. Review frequency is more important than total number of reviews, but if you have 27 competing with 1,500, 3K, 5K reviews, you're not going to have much luck ranking. So if we look at the reviews they're getting, looks like the most recent review was 2 days ago, and then they haven't gotten one since 2 months ago. So that is probably half a review per month, which is obviously a fraction of the amount that top company was bringing in every month. So start getting more reviews than your competitors and start responding to them way quicker. By the way, if you're a local service business doing over 600K in annual revenue, you're probably thinking two things. First, this makes sense. Second, I don't have time to execute all of this while I'm running my business. If you want me to implement my proven system and get you more phone calls from Google, book a free consultation with me at the first link in the description. Let's get back to the video. The third biggest mistake that I see all the time is slow website page speed. I think a lot of people don't understand that Google's algorithm actually prioritizes websites that load quicker than other websites because they want to show their users the best possible search results. Slower websites just rank lower. That's how it is. If your website takes over 3 seconds to load, you are guaranteed ranking lower than you could be and losing customers. So here's exactly how to check how bad your page speed is. Search up PageSpeed Insights, and you're going to click on pagespeed.web.dev. This is a Google tool. You're then going to want to put in your website URL and click Analyze. I'll let this load. So there's two sections. There's mobile page speed and then desktop page speed. Oftentimes companies will have a higher desktop page speed simply because it's a little easier, but the mobile version page speed is instantly more important because around 70% of all your customers are going to be on their phones. So what this tells us is you have a 64 out of 100 page speed. On the desktop, you're 94 out of 100 and you're doing pretty well. There's really not too much to fix here. But on the mobile version, you can actually look at all these analytics and it'll tell you exactly what to fix. I'm just going to walk through the most important ones that are also the easiest to do as someone who's not super technical. The first things first is this largest contentful paint element really refers to your hero. So on your website, this image right here is that what's called LCP. You're going to want to compress this image and downsize it a little bit so you can still have good resolution, but the file size isn't as large. I would actually aim for under 150 kilobytes. You can use a tool called Online Image Compressor, this one, and you're just going to drag that image on there. You're going to compress the image and then re-upload it. The next simple tip I have is most of you guys are probably on WordPress. So what I would do is remove any unnecessary plugins on WordPress simply because they just take up extra speed and loading time. The next thing to do is enable browser caching and also turn on lazy load using a WordPress plugin. If you're on another website builder like Wix or Squarespace, there's always going to be a solution. Just look it up. And the last thing you can do is if you're self-hosting the website or you're on a super slow website hosting provider, switch over to someone quick. You can do your own research on good web hosting providers. The crazy thing is page speed is so undervalued. We worked with a landscaper 8 months ago and their page speed was like 13 seconds to load. We fixed it up and within a month they were ranking a page higher. So just to recap, here's the 3 main mistakes that almost all service companies make when they're doing their own SEO. Not having a physical location and having a service area profile, not getting reviews frequently enough, and responding to the reviews super slow or forgetting to. Finally, having a slow website page speed. Fixing these 3 things won't rank you number 1 overnight, but if you transition to a physical location profile and fix your page speed, I'd be willing to bet within a few weeks you'd be ranking a lot higher. And then after that, if you really dial in and focus on the reviews and responding to them, you'll be ranking number 1 in no time. Now you have 2 paths. Spend the next few weeks trying to add a physical location to your Google business profile, debugging your slow website page speed, and trying to get more Google reviews yourself, or let my team and I handle it all and get you more phone calls by showing up at the top of Google search results. That way you can focus focus on actually running your business. So if you're a home service business doing over 600K in annual revenue, book a free consultation with me at the first link in the description. On that call, I will audit everything that is broken on your website and Google business profile and show you exactly how we're going to fix it all for you. The strategy call is free, and whether you work with us or not, you'll walk away knowing exactly how to fix all these issues. Subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.